Hi, my name is Tim Gindel. I'd like to take you through some basic features of introduce you to briefly our LSI Model 3000 labeling machine designed and built by Labeling Systems International. Hi, I'd like to tell you the basic functionalities of this machine. First of all, we put our roll of labels on this machine, what is called the web. We feed the web through these rollers onto the pressure roller, through the pressure roller onto the cutter that cuts labels. The labels then are cut and placed on the vacuum drum here. The glue unit applies glue to the label. The bottles are fed through the feed screw and onto the star. The bottles get wrapped around the roll-on pad and out the exit. This machine's running about 500 bottles a minute right now. The first feature I'd like to talk about, which is a nice feature of our machine, is the fact that we don't use any kind of nuts and bolts or screws to take our label roll off the machine. It's very simple to do and quick to change the rolls, the webs out very quickly. You just take it off, put it on, and you're ready to go. One of our unprecedented features. After we wrap our label around, we actually placed the feed roller here very close and right next to the cutter. What this does is eliminates, in most cases, it eliminates any, at high speed, for a web tracker, which are very expensive, very costly. By doing this, we can eliminate that, and it keeps the label stable onto the cutter. Even when the machine is stopped at a high speed, it still keeps that label stable on that cutter. And then as that cutter cuts, brings around here to the glue unit, which is very hot. The glue unit is approximately 300 degrees. And so we put these heat exchangers on there because if you touch at 300 degrees, you're going to burn yourself. So it's hot, but it tells you get off of it. And then the next feature is our feed screw, which comes standard on the machine. Other people charge more for that, but we put it on their standard. We feed our bottles down into the star, tangent to the star. By doing that, we can put heavier bottles on there. We can run smoother and faster because of this tangent, smooth transition. What's nice about this is the tabletop. We put, given a little extra room here, we put some, you can put your tools or your cleaning fluids or what have you. And then we tuck the glue unit. Actually, is fed through here into the glue. We tuck it underneath, and we're able to see the glue down in the glue unit. See if there's enough glue, or we can put more glue in there. The next feature about this machine I'd like to talk about is as the bottle goes through the feed screw and goes around this guide and onto the star, a roll-on pad is put over here. And the roll-on pad, what it does is it actually gives the bottle the perfect squeeze for a tight label. And the feature that we have on our roll-on pad is fine adjustment, which no competitor has this at this point except us. We're able to actually fine adjust, and so that the bottle is getting the perfect squeeze from the beginning to the end as it goes around. Next, I would like to talk about is one of the features on this machine is, which not every machine carries, is our exit roll-on belt. And we're able to take our bottles, bring them off as they gap, we bring them in close, and exit. So, and at the same time, we're stabilizing the bottle so that bottle doesn't fall. And there is no jams as it exits off the conveyor. Next, I'd like to talk about is maintenance on this machine. We have a low maintenance machine, and that is because we don't have to grease our bearings, every day or every week. We have oil running through all the bearings in the machine. There are some greasing, but we try to eliminate as much as we can. We have our bearings that control the star, our bearings that control our glue unit, the bearings on the vacuum drum, the bearings on the cutter. All these bearings have oil that runs pumps through the bearings and is filtered. We have a filter in this machine underneath. It periodically needs to be changed. The next feature on the machine I'd like to talk about is the cutter. The cutter is actually has oil. It's oil filled on top and bottom. So the bearings are actually bathed in oil on this machine. And on top of that, we run air through the cutter, bottom and top, through the bearings, which are air cooled, giving us a very temperature controlled cutter that is going to cut labels right every time. And that's a brief overview of our machine. I would like to thank you for taking the time to allow me to give you the basics of our machine, of Labeling Systems International's Model 3000. Thank you.